I've been playing Overwatch since the open beta, and since then, I've always been a Symmetra main. This may be puzzling to many, as she is often considered to be extremely situational, require no skill, and seen as entirely unenjoyable by a large portion of the player base. In fact, she was the least played hero in the Overwatch League pre-season, at a comfortable 0% playtime overall teams. However, this is why I find Symmetra so appealing. She is underplayed and underrepresented when compared to every other hero, meaning that often players have no fucking idea how to deal with her when you decide to put on your carry pants. Symmetra has a reputation for being a weak pick, but a Symmetra main absolutely thrives from this kind of doubt. We want to be underestimated, we want to be seen as an easy kill, because the more confident a player is that they'll kill us, the easier it will be to leave them severely disappointed. The primary fire, once it's fully charged, does the equivalent of a direct fire rocket every fucking second. And it's not like you can even fucking miss with this lock-on laser beam piece of shit. Just hold down left click and easily melt a squishy target in under 2 seconds. In fact, it does almost double the damage of a fucking wearer ultimate. So don't be afraid to deal with that potato eating piece of shit yourself. People may state that this kind of weapon is absolute bullshit, but if you let yourself get anywhere fucking near this handheld microwave, then you deserve to get deleted by it. Then we get to the alternate fire. This thing shoots big blue balls at a slower rate than a turtle without any legs, strapped to a fucking brick. I initially thought getting a kill with this garbage would be borderline impossible, but boy was I fucking wrong. Just spamming this shit down a choke point almost guarantees a kill. It seems to be just so slow and non-threatening that enemy players don't even bother to acknowledge its existence. Feel free to just shoot this shit randomly at a far off enemy and enjoy a kill that's sure to tilt the enemy team off the face of the fucking earth. A lot of what makes a good Symmetra player is the ability to read a fight, manage cooldowns, know when to play defensively, and when to show the other team why they should keep their fucking distance. Symmetra can be so easy to counter, however a good player will never let themselves be forced into a position where they can be outplayed. With this in mind, your shield is your best fucking friend. A Pharah should be able to keep their distance and gun you the fuck down. But simply throwing a shield at them while they use their ultimate will often force them to kill themselves. A Reinhardt should be able to easily win in a one-on-one fight, however a well-timed shield will remind them of how fucking useless they really are. A soldier should be able to use their tactical visor to easily take down a single support player like you, but not if you put a fucking shield in their face. A diva can use her ultimate as much as she fucking wants, but the shield will mean you'll never be the one to die from that tiny Korean gremlin. A roadhog will either be able to hook you, or he'll quickly turn into the most pathetic fucking ultimate charge farm you've ever encountered. A panicked player will often use their ultimate just to stop you, like that will fucking help them. However, Symmetra players should always keep in mind that people who watch Rick and Morty will always have an IQ too high for you to outplay. The teleporter is also just a poor man's resurrection with a 10-second delay. It allows the degenerate members of your team to get back to the fight to distract the enemy while you get back to completely destroying them. The teleporter, however, is not just used for this role. It can also be used as a distraction, as not dealing with it can make it impossible for attacking players to have any chance of winning a prolonged fight. The enemy team will often send several players to take out this installation, and they will often ignore you completely in order to destroy it. While they're doing this, simply kill these idiots and put a stop to any plans of a coordinated push. By the end of the fight, you'll probably be close to getting back your lost teleporter anyway. Contrary to popular belief, it's possible to use an attack Symmetra. However, there are two main barriers that will usually stop this from happening. The ability to stop your teammates from tilting off the face of the fucking earth is the hardest barrier to overcome, but after this part, you still need to somehow coordinate with the monkeys on your team to have a sound strategy. One of the best plays is to have everyone commit to a push without using any ultimates. This will usually force the other team to use their own ultimates in order to push back this attacking wave and wipe your team. However, you will be able to use this attack to sneak behind their choke points into a favorable position. Once your team has respawned, place your teleporter and have all of them pass through. Your team will now have caught the enemy by surprise, you will be in a superior position, and you will have an easily earned ultimate advantage. This can work for any type of capture point attack, even on the second point. The biggest advantage of the defending team in this kind of situation is having a closer spawn room, and the biggest advantage of the attacking side is that they only have to convincingly win a single fight. However, a well-placed teleporter can nullify any such advantage of a closer spawn room, leaving the attacking side with a clear upper hand. The role of Symmetra is often misinterpreted. On a control point, her role is often not to hunt down members on the other team herself, but to instead make the job of everyone else on your team slightly easier. The teleporter is designed to cover their mistakes. The shield generator exists to save players from otherwise fatal damage, and well-placed turrets will provide a huge disadvantage to an attacking team trying to make a coordinated attack. They may seem negligible, but doing an additional 30 damage a second to any target will put them at a severe handicap in an otherwise fair fight. But Symmetra takes everything that would otherwise comprise of a fair fight and tells it to go fuck itself. Welcome to my reality, motherfucker. It is also possible to cheese the absolute shit out of an enemy team in order to buy time for your own teammates. By observing the kill feed, players are able to determine when it is safe to sneak to the enemy spawn room and set up a trap more disgusting than Roadhog's mother-in-law. Oftentimes this will not be worth the time or resources to set up such a risky strategy. However, it's sure to both slow down the enemy team significantly and likely tilt them harder than Stylosis Erection. After reading the latest batch of patch notes, as a Symmetra main, you also want to be frothing at the mouth at the sight of Mercy, as an enemy Mercy will usually make for an easy high priority kill in the thick of a team fight. On the other hand, a Mercy pocket is just absolutely fucking terrifying. Any player who has a healer pocketing them is often difficult to take down. However, one that can lock onto enemies and do over 150 damage a second should never under any fucking circumstances be underestimated. Let's now get into some general Symmetra tips. Don't always take your own teleporter if a priority team member would be more useful by taking it instead. Don't trust Torb mains when they try to be your friend. That Swedish midget just wants to line you up for an easy kill he wouldn't have ever gotten otherwise. When locking onto hostile players, always be sure to crouch spam while moving erratically to avoid getting shut down by competent enemies. Always keep in mind that a Symmetra main more than any other player can actually do the most harm to their own team, so please don't teleport players in ridiculous locations, as Symmetra mains already have an abysmal reputation for throwing games. And as ever, know that the ultimate success of a Symmetra comes down to coordination, game sense, teamwork, and sometimes just unbelievable fucking luck.